I'm just getting the bots ready.
Hello, I like big doodles.
Oh, I'm back.
You're gonna chop that off at the beginning, right?
No, don't chop it off. Send it to me as a clip later.
Now recording.
What's up, guys and girls? Welcome to Now Recording. We're here, about to do an episode. It's been a long day, and we're gonna do some more content for you. I'm Matt Pitt. That's Mickey Mitch.
Hello.
That's Core Master.
Yo.
And that's D-Max. I don't know where Beavers is. Maybe he might show up here and there, but we'll see. And today we are here with we're here with AbbyBlackbird, which is a very surprising guest for us. The woman who said she would never come on Now Recording is now on Now Recording. Abby, welcome.
It's a long time coming, that's for sure.
Yeah, you're telling me.
I mean, I wasn't planning on somebody lying about their mother dying, but you know.
Yeah, I mean,
who would, honestly?
That wasn't on anybody's bingo card.
Yeah,
No, not
who
at
would
all.
see that coming?
I mean, not
Yeah.
even for me. Like, I mean, I can get into it later, but I mean, I literally had like the guy just said sorry to me 24 hours before I even found out, and it was just like, how do I even like manage after so long of it, dude? It's just it's been crazy. But no, how are you guys doing? How are you doing, Matt? I mean, you had a long day, but B, a long dealings with Ghost.
long day, long week, been a long month. No, I'm okay. I'm doing pretty good. I'm hanging in there. How are you guys doing, Core, Mitch, Max?
Matt, you sound like you're on cocaine. And we're doing good, doing great. How are you?
I'm just talking.
Yo,
Look,
you're on uppers today. I can tell.
I'm trying to stay awake. Okay, it's been look. I did Chopping the Point. Then I did Drunken Peasants for 2 hours. I had some food. All right, I got the food.
Of
in
course
the
he's on cocaine. How else
I
does he
kept going
function?
back and I was like, how is Matt still talking with these people? I'm like, this is crazy. But have you talked to them before?
I've talked to Billy before. I've been a fan of Drunken Peasants for a little while, so I used to be a Patreon member of them, so it was pretty cool being on there.
Yeah, because I know I was listening to the Whammon recording and you were talking about them.
Yeah.
That's dope. I know. I'm like, how do we even start this?
yeah. No, I guess we'll get right into it. Where do you want to start, timeline wise? You want to just talk about the?
So I was born in. No, just kidding. So okay, God, I literally went back. I was like, how did I even get here? Because it's been crazy. So I guess I could start with saying that I got into the STFP server. You guys were doing a movie night for watching the Ice Poseidon thing.
Yeah.
And slowly just kind of got more and more involved. And, you know, the whole thing with Liana happened and I kind of like gravitated towards her to kind of, because I'm not one for petty girl stuff. I see right through it. And so I was kind of just making sure, you know, that was good, regardless of whatever the circumstances. But beyond that, I know Salvo came in the picture, and then I was kind of hanging out around there a little bit more, and then Ghosty got kicked out of our server.
Right.
Well, because we were all kind of hanging out in Salvo's server, he was like going out and getting drunk, and then like on the phone with his friend that on Discord, like with his friend who ends up being my still really good friend. And yeah, as Ghosty does. And it's so funny too, because I keep hearing you guys. I was listening to Nerdy talk about, you know, a month or so ago on Mitch's stream, and he's like, do not introduce your IRL friends to Discord friends. And I told Ghosty that. I said, do not mix your friends with like your IRL stuff. I'm like, it always gets messy. And it did for me for 6 months.
were you telling him as he was introducing his IRL friend?
Before. I told him before.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I was like I have like weird memories. So I was like at a Target, like on Discord, like talking to, you know, him and whoever else was in the call at the time. I'm like, do not mix your friends with your IRL stuff on Discord. It is always messy. And then, you know, of course she likes me because who wouldn't? And you know, we end up becoming really good friends. We're kind of both, you know, in the same kind of walk in life, and she's more on the she was more in the healing beginning, and I was kind of on the healing up and up as far as like, you know, just past and stuff. And yeah, she wanted to talk to me. Like, she was like, oh, who's she? She sounds cute. Like, she sounds really cool. And so we became friends.
But how did you meet her? Like, was it just
he put us in a group chat, and then we ended up kind of steering off into our own as
like
girls do.
on Discord or
Instagram.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah, do you guys ever see any of those Instagram messages?
No.
Maybe. I'm not too sure.
Well, I can show you guys pretty much all of them, but because I had known who he was, before he had done his whole like Joker mode, in that call, he had like sent a photo, and then he like took back the photo when he had like blocked me and kicked me from the group. I was like, you don't think I have it? I'm like, I know who you are. I'm like, you're going to try to use anything against anybody. Not that I would ever share it because I'm not an asshole, but he's like that guy. Right. And so what did he do? And I have all the proof, and I could show you guys all this stuff. What did he do? And literally he like got so scared and then posted a photo himself, which by the way, doesn't look like him at all now. It was probably like from high school photos.
I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember him posting a picture of himself.
And then, you know, and like I said, I have all the screen. I don't mind showing you guys now, but like then, because like she was like really my only friend, and she's now more cool with like me talking about her and like kind of not involving her, but like, you know what I mean? Like I feel more safe that like if I show you guys, hey, this is screenshots where we're talking back and forth, and obviously you guys can block out her face or her name, that type stuff, but like where it's like back and forth, me and her having a conversation. I got permission to, even before I put the tweet out from her, you know, and she sent me a map, I sent her a map, you know, and I don't know if, you know, the whole semantics of all that shit, but it was between me and her. I didn't have it. I was already done with him at that point. And me and her, like I said, have been friends continuously. I mean, we check in on each other as much as, you know, possible given life.
Okay. So I just want to, I did want to just make sure that I got the timeline right. He gets kicked out of Shock for the Point server. He's in voice chats with you, getting drunk and, you know, being sad and maudlin. And then at some point he introduces you to his IRL friend. You guys hit it off. You guys take it to an Instagram group chat, and that's when you guys start really becoming pretty good friends. And at some point, you guys get in a fight. Do you want to like talk about that fight real quick?
Well, so Ghosty put us, because she wanted to be friends, and I was like, okay, give her my Snapchat, because that's usually what I use other than like Discord, I guess. And he's like, oh, she doesn't have Snap, so we went to Insta, but he put us in a group chat together. And so, like I said, naturally we went into our own thing. And then, so that call where I thought I had heard him saying that, like I heard him threatening me, which he was crying, and I was just kind of laughing hysterically because I couldn't take it seriously, but that's there.
So from what I remember of that, from being told, you made a joke saying you're going to fuck his bitch. What brought that on?
Well, beforehand, I told him, I said, do not tell her that you like her, because, like I said, she was in the healing process. Now, later on, I'm finding out he's doing weird shit, like playing the songs that her and her ex would listen to in the car together when they were together, like psychotic shit like that. And so I'm telling him, I'm like, don't tell her that you like her, because it's going to crush you. It's going to make things awkward. Just don't do it. And I'm telling him this over and over, like every fucking day. And so he's in the call with me and Brick and whoever else was in the call at the time. And he's like, oh, I told her and it went well. And I'm like, that's not true. I'm like, there's no way. And so I'm hearing him talk. He asks us how to spell to, like T-O, like going to do something. But he was, you know, slurring his words in the ghosty way. And then I hear him like saying, oh, don't tell someone that they should go like that, or something about like it's wrong to tell someone to go end game themselves, but using obviously more aggressive language. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what are you doing? Like, because in my head, that's a red flag. I'm like, why are you telling this girl, like, hey, don't tell me to go, off myself type thing. And I'm just like, what the hell? So I'm like, I told you not to do it. So I'm just like hanging out. We were watching Tommy C's some stream with that on, and he had came in the call with all of us just vibing and hanging out, doing what he did pretty much on Mitch's stream, like ruining the fucking mood, just like inserting himself in his problems, which I can be friendly, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm like, and so obviously I'm like, I told you not to do it. I can't just not laugh at you because like, I don't know what to say anymore because, I'm uncomfortable and that's just my mechanism is like laughing. And so I just kind of said it like as a poke, but it wasn't anything like serious, but he went like full, like, I swear to fucking God, Abby, if you fucking da-da-da. And I'm just like, okay. No, and I'm just kind of like, I started muting myself and I was just like, because when somebody starts talking to me like that, I check out.
Right.
So that's kind of what I remember of it. But then it turned into me, and I hate like when people do this stuff where they're like, "Oh, what did I say? What exactly did I say?" And I'm like, for anybody that doesn't know, I have a really bad brain. Is like especially when situations feel, for lack of a better term, threatening, I check out. I don't have a very good memory, and so like when people are like, "What did I say, word for word?" I don't know. So that's why it was like so much stress for everyone to ask me all at once, everywhere I went for however long it was, like what happened, when I'm like, I can't give you a definitive answer and I don't want to fuck this up. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to say the wrong thing because if I say the wrong thing, then everything else, you know what I mean? It's just a whole spiral.
Cascade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's that for that.
Yeah. I remember being told the story on Brick Stream, and it was you were accusing him of saying a threat, and then he said, I don't remember. And then everyone else in the chat was saying it wasn't a threat. He said something like, don't you dare, blah, 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 blah. But, and that's what I recall from that conversation I had with everyone. I believe the voice chat, it was Liana, you, Ghosty, Brick, and JFA, I think, came in later. I don't know if there was anyone else, but I remember those are the people
like
that
I said, we were just like hanging out watching. There was a Tommy C stream. I can't remember which one it was exactly, but I just remember, us watching it in the call together. And I think it was in Brick's server. But it's just like one of those things where it's like, pick a time and place, buddy. Like, and not that I don't want to be there for people because I do, but it was just like, it was every single call, every single day. And on top of the fact, again, I'm growing closer to this girl. I'm hearing you say this kind of things like, oh, don't tell me, da-da-da. I'm like, I told you not to do it. Just like I told you not to involve yourself with your friends online. You know what I mean? So, and we all know at this point, like, he does not listen. He does whatever the fuck he wants to do and then wants to be like, oh, it's everybody else's problem. And I mean, I think, once that stream happened, Brick stream, because I've looked at my messages where I'm like, he's telling me I'm gaslighting him, but people don't know what I've been told. Now, again, same with like what happened recently. I'm not going to go with accusations of any which way, shape, or form and not have 100% proof. So I was asking him, hey, has these things happened? Because I was being told that
Ghosty's accusations, the doxing, all that stuff.
No, like IRL stuff, like why he got let go of his job. And for me, because I was friends with Polis at the time, I'm thinking about all these people that are in these Discord servers that are quote unquote vulnerable or aren't able to catch on to that stuff. And I'm like, I want to find out if this guy's like fucked up, which he is. So it's just like, oh shoot. Okay, sorry. My computer went off. But yeah, so that was really like after, because before that, sorry, let me go a little before that. I think it was right before that. We all had our conversation and I told you guys that I was looking into it for the sake of stolen valor. Now, coming from the true crime realm of things, that's a very important thing and also a federal offense. But I had immediately messaged Core telling him that I wasn't looking into it anymore because Mari was going to go on Brick stream and talk to him about it. Now I've heard since then that pretty much, for from what I'm gathering, what's his name? Ghosty pretty much bullied Mari out of talking about it with him on that stream.
Okay.
Which is fucked. And should have never been allowed to happen, but but like I said, when that's what kept bothering me is like it being said on every other stream that like no, I don't know what his name is. I still don't know what his name is. I don't care to. I've, like I said, really bad memory. It's not important to me. It's fine. If you want to be that person, go be that person. I don't like people knowing my name. I don't want people, I give what I get and I get what I give. And that's kind of where I left it. So
Are you saying you don't remember his name? Like you knew his name at one point? You don't...
Well, like I said, like she told me, and then like as soon as I said like to you guys, like I'm not looking into it anymore. I don't remember I still could not tell you what it is.
Okay, because when you told us in that voice chat that you had his first and last name.
But that's what I'm saying. It was immediately after that call I told Core I was not touching it anymore.
Okay.
And I have screenshots of that too. I'm like, I did not want to touch it anymore. Like I don't like. Only reason I've ever even quote unquote looked into people's personal stuff, quote unquote, is like to find out what my like old boss's daughter was doing in jail so she could make sure that she could take care of her grandson. Like I've done stuff like that where I've helped people find the information they need for their personal people. You know what I mean? Like I'm never ever intentionally maliciously trying to hurt anybody. That's not my goal. Now, will I get facts out there? Yes. Will I get the truth out there to the best of my ability and my knowledge and what I've gathered? Yes. I'm not the type of person to try to maliciously take things out, and I would hope I've proved that by now.
Well, if I could just give my point of view in this situation, we've talked about this before on Edwin's stream, Abby, but I want to just give my point of view real quick. I'm not trying to get an own on you or trying to fight back. I'm just giving my point of view. All that happened. You told us that in the voice chat. That stayed between us. I didn't go to Ghosty. I didn't go to anyone. I didn't go like, yo, stay away from Abby. Didn't say anything. It was all like, wait and see what she does. I don't know you personally. I don't know what you're capable of. You got to understand that people in these discords, this is what I've been trying to explain about like the Floptina and all this stuff. Like anyone's capable of anything. I can't get to know you guys. I don't know what you're capable of. So when I saw that tweet where you're going back and forth with Ghosty and you said going to fuck your bitch, and then it's like his city and state and your city and state, and it's like a little like a route or something. I'm thinking, okay, is this? I know that what she told me privately, so I know she knows more than what she just tweeted out. So is this like the beginning of something malicious? You know what I mean?
I still have no idea where he lives. Like, and I know you maybe don't get it, but like California is fucking huge.
Right.
And by the way, I don't live in LA. I've made that abundantly clear.
Yeah.
So even the map itself was not even correct. And I have, again, proof where I'm constantly telling people this. He is doing this to himself. Sorry, I'm trying to get you guys the screenshots and stuff.
Yeah, no,
but
take your time.
But yeah, no, I have it with ZipZap. I have it with you. I have it with Finn East, I think the guy's name is. On top of him saying that I didn't do it. On top of him saying that it was resolved in the background, which again, I've never talked to him around that time, so I don't know what he was talking about, as if like we handled it behind the scene. Never, no. You came forward, said that it was fixed, and then proceed, I think the day or two later, to tell everybody, well, that's what I don't believe them, even though that's what she said. I'm like, what? Like, and it was, like you've seen just fucking months and months and months. I mean, not even with Edwin's stream. You've got Keemstar's stream. You've got Van Luke's stream. You've got Mitch's stream. You've got your streams. Like, you've got so much stuff where it's just like on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
And so, and we can keep going down that lane. But like when I'm getting told that I should have just came forward with the fact that his mom was not dead is not that easy.
Yeah.
But I'm constantly every month or every 2 weeks I'm getting him on my freaking whatever.
Mm-hmm. I get that, and I did want to make this like abundantly clear. I never took Ghosty at his word at all when it came to between you and him. I talked to people that were in the voice chat. If Ghosty would have came to me and said, Abby Blackbird says I threatened her, I didn't threaten her, I would not really believe him. I need proof. I need people to tell me stuff. I need people who were in the voice chat to listen, because I can't take Ghosty at his word, because he's a pathological, impulsive liar. So that's why I collected the story the way I did, and that's why I was on Brick's stream, so I could get other point of views. And I knew, like, when you told me you had his first and last name, I didn't go to Ghosty, because I knew if I would have been like, yo, all right, just looking out, but look, Abby said she had your first and last name, bro. Like,
Right.
I knew Ghosty would turn that into something bigger, or it would blow up. It would turn it into an event, and I'm not trying to do that. Now, I get that I went on Now Recording and said it, what you told me in the voice chat, but that was with the evidence on Twitter, and I don't know you personally, so I was just putting two and two together and say maybe she's up to something. On that podcast, I did not call you a doxer. Just want to make that clear. But
no.
Yeah.
No,
so,
but I just, like I said, the same thing I've been reiterating. I wish that in that it would have been said that, like, it was for the purpose of looking into his
stolen valor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And like I said, again, I had literally just messaged Core, like, I'm not looking into it anymore. And I get it. Like, obviously we're going in circles with that, but like,
Yeah.
Again, we're 6 months later where we've had the situation that's happened. So I get it.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm just hoping that I'm like nailing home that I don't care about him. I just don't.
Yeah, and to your point too, Abby. Like I want to apologize for how I kind of messed up talking about that in the last episode of Now Recording, talking about Ghosty, because I had kind of mistold the story, saying you had dug into it. I want to be clear though, why I was so flippant with saying that was because to me there's a big difference between doxing somebody and trying to vet some element of information, right? So it's a different thing if like you have some suspicion that Ghosty is lying and you have the resources enough to be able to go and try to find that information. That to me is fine. Like, I think anybody should be able to do that. Big difference between taking that, it's the responsibility of then having that information and then just telling people like, hey, this is what the lie is, versus just like, blasting it out to everybody, which would be irresponsible and which you didn't do. So
imagine if you got that wrong. Imagine if she was actually dead.
Yeah.
And you screamed out,
Well,
she's alive, but she's actually fucking dead. Like, that would be way worse.
It would be bad.
I would have never lived it. I would have never, like, no. Like,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Like, let's say you did come to me and said, look, I'm being told Ghosty's mom is not dead. I would have told you, let's keep it between us for right now and wait and see what happens until you can get proof. That would be if you can get proof, show it to me. But let's not go public with this, because even though I believe you, there could be a small chance that you're wrong and it's going to blow up in your face, make you look like shit. So I think Ghosty has you.
Like, that's even what I was kind of waiting for. Like, of course, I kind of told my quote unquote inner circle, which most of them are gone. I don't really care, but with that was like, I can tell you, like I told Bunny, like I told myself, like I'm knowing from my friend, I don't even know, right? Like, I've heard of crazy stories where people go and like they use somebody's mom's like, Facebook account to pretend they're alive for fucking, however long, and to like get their, life insurance, whatever. There's crazy stories out there. I mean, we saw what Salvo did this year. Like, there's crazy things that can happen. And so I'm like, okay, my homegirl was going to reach out to him and kind of feel it out, and then kind of let me know, like, green light, red light, and then it just never got that far.
Can you explain to us really quick, like, what cued her into it originally?
So, okay, so wait, let's go. We're going to court. That's good.
I don't want to stick around. If you're going by a timeline,
yeah. I'm just trying to think about like. Okay, so we did that. Yeah, so that was kind of, and then even, and then the Death Noodles thing happened. That was fun. And then, that, like I said, every, so often that just kept coming up. And that really was the whole, I feel like Chris and our situation was stemmed from Ghosty's bullshit. Like, I would have never deleted that tweet if Chris had not told me to delete it. Yeah. But that's neither here or there at this point. I don't really, whatever. Yeah. And then, so that's like September, October. I don't really remember, but then November, and then that's when I go
November
to the
was
Keemstar show.
Yeah.
And then we did the thing on Edwin stream, which I re-listened to. I've been re-listening to everything, but it went really well. Everything was really well that whole stream, and then we kind of left it, and then literally the next month, not even the next month, it was like 2 weeks later when Keem was on his like hate campaign, or a quote unquote hate campaign against me, and then he goes on stream, he's like, AbbyBlackbird this, AbbyBlackbird that, and like blasting our DMs in like the server, and I'm like having to go like be like, okay, like, and again, like, so people don't understand, I'm dealing with this shit every like 3 days. Like as soon as I'm getting back up, I'm getting back down. It's just like it was over and over and over and over and over again with him, and just in general with everybody. And so it was just like, what were you asking, D-Max? I am so sorry.
Oh, I was just asking like how she got cued into like Ghosty Lion.
That's right. That's right.
But
Okay, so
let's go through the timeline a bit. All right, so Keemstar Show happens, all that stuff starts going down. That calms down, and I'd say around January is when Ghosty started tweeting about his mom dying. And at that point,
let me go back just a touch.
Okay.
Let me go back a touch.
Go for it.
So December 5th was when he called in the Keemstar Show. Van Luke pretty much called him on his bullshit. A little bit later, he went on to Van Luke's show, called both Slug and Ghosty out on the bullshit because it was bullshit. Because Van's actually been swatted twice. So she's like, this is fucking nothing. You guys need to stop. And then Mitch's stream happened and he's talking about me again. And then I'm getting messages that he's telling people that I'm still doing this, the doxing, which again, I can send you guys this stuff. I can't talk in timeline. But then that stuff, and I'm getting those messages. Then my friend goes and my old, friend, we were friends, whatever, pretty much makes like a treaty with him being like, stop talking about her because you like pretty much like you keep losing, just like leave it alone and move on. And so he makes a quote unquote treaty. Well, then that whole thing happens with Niall, and then he posts about me saying about his father, and which is not even a thing, which Niall ends up telling him to take that down because it wasn't what it was. And it's just like any chance he got to like try to shit on me, he was doing it. And so then we go to the Hen House, was kind of a podcast. When did that start?
I want to say was it December, mid-December,
I think that's right. Yeah.
Late December, January sometime.
Yeah, like
I don't really remember. I guess I could look at my videos. Because so I end up in this server and I'm hanging out with like all these people I would never talk to, mainly a girl who I cannot stand, who I'm not even going to name because it's not worth my time. Who's one of the co-hosts of the Hen House, and things kind of devolve with them. And I'm like, well, like we wanted them to come on, the podcast I was on at the time to talk about it. Well, she didn't want to talk about it. So I'm like, well, fuck this. I'm going to give Bunny and Ghosty a stage to talk about it. So I started up my stream, which me giving Ghosty a stage to talk about this stuff was nice of me.
I was very surprised when I saw that stream. I was very surprised that you let him on.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's the type of person I am. Like if you're done wrong, or if there's something wrong happening to you, or if you're being, so you want to talk about something that's like, I'm all about people giving people the benefit of the doubt more than giving people just doubt. And he and Bunny seemed really like passionate about, obviously we all saw the messages, the whole, well, what happened was blah, 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 blah. And then heard that you guys did the recording. And so we talked to them, they said all that stuff. And at the, like towards the end, Ghosty's saying, I'm sorry, Abby, da, 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 da. I'm like, I mean, you got a lot of work to do. Like, I'm just telling him like straight up, like you fucked up. You have a lot of work to do. You've like caused like a lot of stress in the last months of my life. And like, we'll see how it goes. And then I messaged him the next day, talked to him about, the ones I posted on Twitter about, me with my brother passing and, because that was sudden and that like he should take care of himself. And, because with me, my trauma, I didn't take care of me. I took care of everything around me. And then when the service happened, I blacked out. And so that's also why I have blackouts, because I didn't take care of it at the time. So I'm going into like the depths of this stuff. And I tell my homegirl, I said, hey, I'm letting her, I think it was that following day or the day after because we did like pretty much back-to-back streams when you were now recording came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling her, I'm like, hey, we ended up, I'm like, me and Ghosty are cool. We kind of worked things out. And she's like, well, what happened? And I'm like, well, one person, there's a pretty much drama with the podcast. And I guess like Ghosty's mom passed away and and like kind of like briefly going over it.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, okay. She's like, well, that's, like, that's good. And I'm like, yeah. And then I kind of like, put my phone away and then kind of, I was at my mom's house, whatever. And I go back check. She's like, he's fucking lying. He's full of shit. I'm like, like, I'm just like, at this point, because of everything, I mean, I don't talk about a lot of this. Like, I posted like the day I wanted to like not be alive anymore. Like this stress of this shit. I mean, I lost a job because of like the stress. I had a lot of fucking shitty things happen. And then it was just like, I think I eventually came numb to all of it. Mm-hmm. And so like him doing this shit was not a surprise, but it was also like, what do I do with this information? Because again, everything we've already talked about, what would I have even done?
Right.
And that's not, the whole thing about the other guy that's like screaming about me and the other person that's like, I'm having to get back from disassociating from that to check in with another situation that ends up going, it's just like mess. And then eventually more mess leads to people telling him that I know.
So someone reached out and told him.
I think so. Because in my Discord, essentially, like there was a good like handful of people that knew pretty much as much as I did.
Right.
Which was, I knew, wasn't 100% sure because I'll put a little asterisk, allegedly, I don't know. But they knew pretty much as much as I did. So when those few people left, one being pretty, I guess, quote unquote, good friends with Ghosty, I think went and told him. I don't know for sure, of course, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And then Ghosty went and made the tweets, and then everything just evolved from there.
Yeah. So yeah, I see the tweets. He comes on our stream, admits to everything, and it kind of just turned into a shit show. So what were you thinking in that situation when it was starting to finally unveil that he was actually lying, and you've been confirmed that you were right and your friend was right on the money? Did you feel vindicated in that moment?
I think because people were trying to make it as if like like I should have came forward, and it was just like one of those things where I'm like, what was I even supposed to do with that situation? And so that's why I posted like the DMs being like, I even talked to him about my shit with my like it's been what I mean, my brother passed, it's been, oh my god, it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years since my brother passed away. It happened right about the time everything with all this stuff kind of began. I didn't leave my house for 2 days. I still haven't seen my brother's grave since I moved out here. Like, I understand the frustration of like having to deal with BS for a week or so, but like punching a hole into a wall, I will never understand, but B, like, you don't know what I've been through. Like, I'm not to be like, I'm not a victim card type person, but like, I think really until the Clear as Mud podcast, I felt just relieved and just like I could fucking breathe again, like the weight lift off my shoulders. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just like I could finally move on and finally just like exist and not like, it was just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I didn't realize how much anxiety and stress I had built up from him in this whole situation.
Yeah. When that shit was going down, did he try reaching out to you at all?
No.
Okay. Gotcha.
Do you buy when Ghosty says that he didn't remember the friend?
Yeah.
No, because I have links. On Mitch's stream, he's like, oh, Abby always brings her up, and she's scared of Abby. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, we text all the time, we talk all the time. Like, are you insane? Like, and so it's like stuff like that where he's just like saying little things like that, and I'm just like, that's not even true. So no, yeah, when he said that whole, I didn't even remember it. Shut up.
Yeah. My line of thinking, if I were Ghosty, would be to avoid you like the plague, because you're the one person that can destroy his story. Why, like, when he talked to you about this situation, did he seem at all hesitant to talk to you about anything?
He didn't talk to me about it. Like as far as like his like this. See, okay, so
like when he went on stream with you to talk about his dead mom, was there any?
So that's one thing me and Bunny kind of talked about later was like if like, you know, like I said, she knew just as much as I did. None of us were going to come forward. None of us wanted that. It's like, you see how these scripts are, not worth it. And so she was thinking, and I was even thinking, like, he was letting her talk so much. And if anybody knows anything about Ghosty and his vindictive and like just like bite that he has, he'll bark and bark and bark and bark and bark and bark and bark. Yeah. And on those on the now recording, and I'm pretty sure on my stream he just wasn't. And so like, of course, now knowing what we knew, obviously, again, my brain doesn't work 100%, but it was just like, oh, okay, like, makes sense. But yeah,
okay.
I mean, I think what he said at the end of his stream, like, I literally was just spamming like in Clear as Mud's podcast. Everybody barked at him appropriately, which I thought was great. But I just kept spamming like suck my dick, like I've like go fuck off, like I how dare you, and I like how after all of this it's still on me. And I think, like, I hate like saying it like this, I think it was nothing less than just jealousy. Like, I don't mean to say it like it's a pompous prick, because I'm not that person, but I feel like he just like constantly was like craving quote unquote everything I had. But this is not like I was not on the clout hunt. I personally like being a fly on the wall. I don't really like all the attention, but if I have opportunities, I take it. Like, so that's kind of where I was over and over again. And he just like, anytime like there was an inch to try to put doubt into anyone's brain, he would just take it.
Yeah.
And
it was really funny to see like his reaction to it being like every single chance and opportunity he could talk about like you with this, he would always bring up like, oh, and she talked about private information. Like it's really funny. Like in that initial tweet where he exposed himself, you know, that his mom wasn't dead. He even tried to frame it like that. So it's just really funny that like nobody picked on that, like in the community, like nobody ran with that at all. And everybody was just like, no, fuck you, dude. Like, come on. This is good that we all know about this now. It's not private information at this point. It's just exposing you for being a dumbass.
Right.
Well, and I think that's kind of like what I meant by like, it came out the best way possible, and it is unfortunate because, like I said, I know what it's like to have to refeel that pain, and you know, of somebody passing, and for people to really feel and hear how Matt was feeling, I think kind of sealed the deal for everyone and anyone that like was just like, you're a massive piece of shit. Please never come back. And I feel like he's still going to try, because he even came back around me and, you know, whatever. And his Twitter is still up last time I checked. And he's like, I'm saving the name. I'm like, for what? Like, go away. Like, but people like that will never change. And I know that because unfortunately I've experienced people like that. And it's one thing, there's just like, he lied about everything. It wasn't ever worth it. And I don't even know, other than to just move on with my life, how to fucking handle any of this.
Yeah. I think I was saying before you joined that why doesn't if Ghosty wants to stick around, just change your name and lurk, you know? You don't have to fucking I don't see why he keeps trying to
don't fucking give him ideas.
He's done that before.
Yeah, because Polis told me one time that like he was just lurking around. I don't know if I have screenshots of their conversation, but it was like pretty much like he was still lurking around, and I was obviously shown it and told about it, but it wasn't his like normal name or something. Which, I mean, shock and awe, right? I mean, come on.
I don't even think he can lurk. I think he needs to find a new community.
Well, no, he needs to find a new community. I'm saying if he wants to, that's the only way he can get away with being around here, is what I'm saying.
I like the idea that Ghosty tries to lurk, but he just like lets out subtle, you know, things about it, like, oh, my penis is huge. Like, he just, yeah, like stuff like that.
Yeah,
Have
like
you seen my dick yet? Yeah,
he changes
exactly.
his voice, and he's like, "Hi guys, yeah. By the
Or
way,
he
I
starts,
have a dick."
yeah, he changes his voice. He goes on a call and he starts doing his voice or like what is it, the sound alert thingies?
Yeah.
Ugh.
The sound
Yeah.
clips.
They're like,
Soundboard.
"Ghosty."
Bro, you were I was because I was trying to do this video and I just it was so beyond triggering. I mean, I even just going back and having listened to these videos. I mean, I've been doing it all day, and it's over and over and over again. I'm just like, how is anybody not necessarily okay with it, but like he was just doing it every single chance he got, and it's just wild because I just feel like I mean, go find a different hobby or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I wanted to bring up: Ember Lily said without a doubt that Bunny knew everything beforehand. She tweeted that out. Can you? Bunny came on here and said all she knew was that she was told that his mom might not be dead, but she couldn't know for sure, so she just kind of kept quiet, and that she didn't see any evidence. Can you confirm that, Abby?
Yeah, I mean, because I think I'd said like, hey, I have like the proof that I have, which was what my friend was sending me. But I'm like, I understand if you don't want to see it. Like, I was kind of like, if you want to, I understand. But just like me saying it alone, I felt like was enough to be like,
Right.
And so no, like I couldn't say for sure. I don't believe so. And even if you're missing the plot, you're totally you lost it. I mean, even me, I'm still friends with my homegirl. I could have anything, and you're putting on Bunny. That's just fucking dumb. Just dumb.
Wait, so
Yeah.
Leave her alone.
Can I just clarify? Because I think you said it, but I just want to make sure we get it right. Like, when you were telling this to Bunny, were you sure that Ghosty's mom was dead?
No.
Or not? You weren't sure at that point.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was like literally like because I think we had done the now recording episode, and then I found out, and then I was on the phone with her while I was on a Discord call with another person who I think is the person that told Ghosty, but that's neither here nor there. And so like this is how like ahead I was thinking. I'm like, I need another person hearing that I'm on the call, hearing that they see their mom's Facebook and that they're still alive according to their Facebook. And in case I did go forward, and when I did go forward, so there was another person at least heard it because my friend's not online. And then I made a group chat saying, Bunny, I need to talk to you, the next morning or something. Mm-hmm. And then I told her what I knew. So this is all like literally within like 24 hours. And I'm telling her, I don't know 100%. I don't know why I would have to say this, but I also don't know why somebody would lie about this. And that was kind of the conversation.
Right.
So, like I said, they didn't know. Yeah.
You weren't
I
sure
didn't know.
and you told her, like, hey, I have a suspicion. That was it. You basically just said I had a suspicion.
Yeah. I was like, I have no reason not to believe my friend whatsoever, but I'm also
your friend
going
at that
to
point
wait.
Was certain, though.
Yeah, because my friend had worked with Ghosty, and so Ghosty, when they were working together, had introduced her to his mother. So she knew who she was. Yeah, he kind of set himself up for that one.
Yeah. So I mean, that story pretty much backs up everything Bunny has said on our podcast. But Ember's thing was, I think Ember accused Bunny of knowing from the beginning and being in on it and something like that. And my whole thing is, now that I'm thinking about it, is if Bunny was in on this, Ghosty would have done exposed her by now.
Oh,
in my
absolutely.
opinion, yeah. If that Ghosty would have put some sort of screenshot out there, Bunny
why not? Because why not?
In my personal opinion, it doesn't negate the fact that you're a piece of shit to somebody in the situation that you were in, and point blank period, and also don't punch holes through walls. I've been dealing with this shit for 6 fucking months, and there's no holes in any walls that I've ever been around because I don't punch things.
So why did Ember accuse Bunny of knowing from the beginning?
Because she wants to have a hate boner for somebody.
I think someone told her this, and then she jumped the gun. That's what I can only speculate.
She's still on it.
She did the irresponsible thing that Abby
She's
did not
still on it.
Yeah.
Jump the gun.
She's still talking about it. Yeah, well, I mean, if she has proof or evidence, she's got to
come out on our own.
What is there? But like, what is there even going to be proof? Like I said, what I knew was what Bunny knew, what everybody else knew, other than the person that told me, who's the only person that's met them in real life, who could actually confirm without a shadow of a doubt. And even then, until you see them in the physical form, Ghosty had to come out and say the truth himself. Period. That's it.
Yeah.
I just want to clear this up too. So you never actually saw Ghosty's Facebook page?
Not Ghosty's. No, I saw his mom's though.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But like I said, she was sending me. I did not at all. She sent it to me.
Yeah. I was just making. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just clarifying because motherfucker and no.
Yeah.
Look, I mean,
totally
at this point, you're basically a friend of Ghosty, whatever. So, like, whatever.
One and Ghosty is not even Ghosty hasn't even talked to them in months. Like, so that's why that whole thing and him saying that in the stream was like, what are you talking about? Like, and I can't, like, when things are like stupid, my brain doesn't understand it. And so when I'm trying to give answers, I can't compute. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, it took me a while to like understand that. But like, when something so unbelievable is processing in my brain, for me to be like, what are you talking about? That my friend that I talked to, like, it was just, so yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to harp on it, but so what you're saying now is you essentially thought that you were going to be perceived as crazy if you were to go and talk about this with, like, because one of the people that was floated out there was like Reverter, right? He's a pretty good neutral guy. I mean, what was your headspace for like not telling, I guess, somebody like him?
I had a lot of other things going on. Like I said,
That's totally fair. Yeah.
When I found out all that stuff, that person that you brought on to Xylee's stream, Matt, like he was going off at me for fucking like 24 hours. And like before he started doing that, he had set up an apology in a recorded call to me. But then before that, it was just like aggressive. And so, like I said, I shut down at certain energies. And then when it's just like constant. And then to hear like his apology, like when I disassociate hard. And so like I didn't sleep till like 11, 12 the next day, and then like woke up, and then it was just, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like when I'm saying every 3 days I'm having to reset because of this stuff. Like I couldn't. It was only 2 weeks. Like from the 5th to the 20th is only 2 weeks, right? If I'm doing math about right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So like again, and even then, if you want to go into every what ifs of whatever, and even I heard you say Banana doesn't want to fuck with this shit. Banana's done with this crap, and I don't blame him. Like honestly, like leave the poor man alone. He's a champ. Fair. He's a champ, honestly, and I go to him for a lot of things. And same with Riv. Like I have tweets saying like, or messages when this started being like, I don't know what to do, and he's just like, just stay strong, stay like worry about yourself. Like, this is one of the first people I talked to in this community, and he was just as wholesome as he always has been. But it's not as easy, like even going to Dave, right? Because then for me in my head, because like I'm not at best terms with Matt, I'm not at best terms with Xylee, and I can only imagine how things could be twisted or spun or told. No.
Yeah, look, I get that, but I mean, I will say that if hypothetically speaking, if you would have just said it, if you would have said it to me, I would have been like, I fucking believe you, because it's fucking ghosty. It's ghosty, but I don't blame you like for not coming to me. I get we got issues, so I don't.
Well, that's a huge. I mean, to your point, Abby, that is a huge gamble to take to like because you're not sure at this point. So you're kind of going on a limb anyway to say like, hey, I have a suspicion that his mom may not be dead. And then it's like, if anybody does the digging into that and then does find that she is dead, then that's going to be like a big, like, okay, well, what the fuck, Abby? So like, I
even thinking about like going to touch a Facebook that's associated with somebody else, especially him. Oh, no. But I will say like, excuse me. I will say with I don't know, I've kind of said this, but like people are I'm sure anybody with two sets of eyes sees that people are just constantly trying to twist things against me, for me, by me, to me, whatever. And because of everything and I will say I apologize to you, Matt, because I was a little headstrong when it came to like being mad, because I think, again, I'm looking over this shit over and over again, especially at the beginning. I'm trying to say how I feel and what's going on, and I'm feeling misunderstood or just not understood at all or not heard. And obviously, like you said, like we did not know each other. But me, when I go into any situation, most of all my relationships, whether they're, friendships or otherwise, I come full, like you get what you see is what you get. And so I kind of expected the same energy, which was on me because I was just trying to learn how to associate with people because I had spent the last 2 years being a hermit in the situations I had been in. So when you had defended me, I was, with all this ghosty I was up for like 2-3 days and then sleeping kind of, and then up 2-3 days. And then when you did that, like I kind of broke and I started crying because I am emo still. But I broke and I just kind of was like, okay. And then the more I've kind of seen over the last few days, like, I'm like, oh, this is the Matt I knew and know. And this is you. And like, it's just cool because like, it's one of those things where it's like shitty situations can create beautiful people and beautiful situations. And in a weird way, I feel like, obviously I've done crazy fucking things in the last 6 months. And like I said, I'm sorry to you because I should have never been so aggressive, but I also hope that you understand why.
Yeah, well, I don't take it personally. The one thing about me is like, yeah, we didn't get along and you had some issues and I probably had some issues, but the fact is I always try to act in good faith. The screenshot that we're talking about, it serves Matt Pitt right to have to come out and do it. I was sent this maybe a week before it became public. I read it and I was confused because I was like, what's the like, I don't get, like, I did not see.
You want me to tell you the context? Is you had just came out with all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was freaking exhausted. I went on a 3-hour rant on my page about all the things that I've had to deal with and all the things that, same thing, but obviously a little bit more exaggerated and gone on. So when I'm messaging this person, it's like 1-2 in the morning. I'm exhausted. I'm drained because I've dealt with this shit for months. And I'm saying that in the way of like I've already expressed, like, this is the way it had to happen. And it's not fair. It's not right. But like none of it has been, but it is what it is. Like,
yeah.
And that person is the same person that made me disassociate and put me in a shit situation just for them to come back and say sorry. And I'm not doing it anymore. Like either you're going to be a friend or you're not. And yeah, so I appreciate, like I said, at the end of the day, I appreciate you standing up for not only what's right, but for me, because it was a,
well, I mean, needless to say, like the moment I read it, I was like, I don't think, like, I didn't even know he was implying that you were supposedly talking shit about my mom. I didn't even see that in that screenshot. It didn't even come to my head. I knew exactly what you were trying to say when I read that screenshot. So when I saw people spinning it the way they were spinning it and kind of like using it against you, I had to say something because I knew immediately what you were talking about, and whether they were choosing not to do it on purpose or they just didn't see it. I couldn't have like that happen because that's not what you meant. You've never been malicious towards me, with my family. You've never been personal with me. You've never done anything of that nature. Have you been an asshole? Yes. Have you said mean things? Yes. But you've never went personal. And I also remember you liking tweets that were in sympathy to my situation back in October.
Mm-hmm.
So I never once thought you were out to get me in that situation. So like I had to like say something about that.
This is a PSA for the community too, because I remember when that screenshot was finally posted, which is when I saw that. Because I remember seeing all the replies from people that I really like and respect, even in the community, that were all doing the least charitable thing for you, Abby, which I thought was unfortunate, because my face value for like seeing that message was just like, this looks out of context. Like it doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't make, like, why would anybody say this? Like, especially like you, Abby, like I at that point I knew that you didn't like Now Recording, but it's like, this is so out of pocket to say, like, why would anybody like say this? And so I was like, what, like, I want to know the context here. Like just to assume that something, could be said like that is just wrong. So like PSA community, if there's something like that happens and somebody leaks a message and you don't know, it's not like spelled out directly like I hate Matt Pitt, fuck Mac Pitt. Like if it's not something like that, then hey, maybe do the charitable thing and just be like, what's the context here? Instead of just freaking out on somebody, because it's not going to make anything better.
Yeah, it's constant. I mean, it's just, I'm just, and a huge thing with this is just like, and I've been kind of saying it since even before, the the Salvo stuff was kind of a blessing and a curse, because first of all, I was so sick about hearing about the stupid Logan brothers. I don't care about the Paul brothers. I don't care about H3. I could care less. And I was ready to just move on and move forward. And it just evolved and devolved into madness. And then all the stuff with, this stuff. And I've just, and the stuff with, with what happened on Mitch's stream. And it's just constant. And I'm just like, I just want to move on. Like, I really don't like being center of attention. I know it's shock and awe. I've had to adapt for obvious reasons. I don't know how to do this. And so when I'm constantly getting things like, oh, you're a clout goblin, you're this, you're that, like, I don't want it. Like, I want to live my life again and to be happy. And I'm hoping with this I can move on and enjoy content again, because this was my safe space and I got so thrown into it deeper and deeper and deeper. And and one thing I wanted to say that Banana said was pretty much YouTube Discord like attracts like two different types of people, vulnerable, whether or not they've had trauma or abuse or mental illness, and then the flip side of that, like sociopaths and psychopaths, because they breed off of each other. It's kind of like having a codependent and a narcissist. Like, just be careful, because I'm strong. I've handled a lot of life on my own. And I just really hope that everybody's careful. And I hope that, like, if anything, I feel like I would hope that I've shown that, like, you don't have to fight fire with a freaking blowtorch every single time. Like, you can just take a seat, digest, even though this is probably for Matt Pitt's content and the rest of you guys is having blood sports. But, like, you don't have to spout and think wrong of every single person. I swear to God, I don't want harm to people. Even the people I don't like, I hope you get whatever you need, because it's one life. YOLO swag.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to talk with the ghosty stuff, or anything else you wanted to bring up there, Abby?
Oh, I don't have a Turkey Tom folder. It's a folder with a bunch of different creators. But
Gotcha.
What kind of folder do you have? You have a folder, right?
Well, it's called The Boys, but I've had it the first photo is a picture of Cordwit. And it's just like a bunch of like random memes that either I've made. I mean, there's only, how many photos are in here? 101 photos. So I don't know. I heard it on a Now Recording. The lies on Now Recording. And I also, again, did not gaslight Ghosty. I'm a horrible liar. I can't lie worth a shit. And I'm an open book. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, any of you guys, I'm pretty straightforward.
Is
I
Matt
don't
Pitt?
have anything to hide.
No, don't worry.
Know what you say?
No, don't worry.
Say it.
Is Matt Pitt in the boys folder?
Well, just his little original graphic, because I used it in my AC video, which I need to finish. Which, by the way, if you've not seen my original AC Bloodsports, epic.
It's actually like she did a AC versus the world, and she went on. It was probably I'm just being honest. It was the best one. It was really funny. Even great. AC was like, that was cool. Cord,
AC's doing really good now. Yeah. I'm proud of you, AC. If you do ever listen, you're doing good. I'm pretty impressed. Goodness say.
Yeah, he's been doing all right. Cord, you got any questions?
Yeah, I got a few. I'm not gonna over inundate you with questions, but
go.
Are you on currently? Are you doing a podcast, or what happened to your old podcast? I you were doing a few, and I don't know what happened.
Well, there is this guy who kept going on every stream and kept saying that I was a doxer, and it kind of ruined the mood. No, I mean, half kidding. But Van's kind of doing her own thing, and the other show, they're crazy, And I've always wanted to, one idea I've always had through COVID. I mean, I've had the Blackbirds podcast, which was my true crime podcast I had beginning right before COVID shut everything down. If you want to check it out, anybody. But obviously, those are my origins. And then I was going to do Truly Tragic, which is inspired from Ready to Glare, who I adore, who I've gotten a lot of guidance from, which I'm so beyond thankful. But just kind of talking about things that are important. Like, I'm really passionate about like organizations like End the Backlog, decriminalizing marijuana and other, just taking care of like community stuff and talking about those important things. I don't exactly know right now. I know I also want to do some like kind of documentary style, but about a subject that I won't really delve into. But I mean, for now, I kind of have to get myself stand on 2 feet and then kind of see where things go. I'm honestly probably going to like ghost for a minute and kind of reassess things. I mean, I've got things. I'm going beyond Wonderland soon, going to Big Bear, going to Central Coast. Like, I'm just going to get a fresh start and like actually live. So that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Sweet.
Does Chris the Narc smell? Everyone asks questions about you, and I'm like, you know what? I want to know what Chris smells like.
I don't know. Same thing like I said with the Deaf Noodles thing. I don't have like a very good sense of smell. So like
okay.
naturally I don't really smell things. And
So
that
he's
whole
not,
shit, you
but he
should check.
doesn't smell bad, does he?
No, I mean, Chris is fine. I mean, we left on fine terms, and I don't have anything against him. And I feel like hopefully it's vice versa. Now his little person, I don't know, I don't really care, but I wish him the best. I really do.
Okay. Do you know who runs the Twitter account Abby Source?
No, I
Okay.
wouldn't even mention that in your podcast, to be completely honest, because I'm pretty sure it's Ghosty. From what my friend and I have kind of.
That's what we were thinking, honestly.
Abby Source.
Yeah, yeah. If
Abby
you
Spy.
Yeah, it's Abby Source and then Abby Spy is like the username or something. But if you go and you look at like that compared to, because I'll send you all this stuff. I honestly have it in a folder. I should just send that. But if you go and look at like when he did the Abby did not dox me, the way he tags people in it is like super similar, if not the same, to that. And from what I understand, the way he has talked to my homegirl about it and the fact that it's all of a sudden stopped. Tells me enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any current issues or problems with anybody on the Now Recording podcast?
Yeah, mainly Core. He's kind of a piece of shit.
Thank God.
No, I mean, I don't really care. I mean, I hope, I really, like I said, I think I was kind of obviously very misunderstood, but I also feel like I've evolved a lot in the short amount of time. I've done my apologies to Ozzy, which I feel like first and foremost was kind of the origins, but also, when I saw her stand up for me and kind of try to de-escalate the ghosty thing about me, I kind of was just I cried then too. I cry a lot, you guys. I'm sorry. And I told her, I was like, I appreciate it. I'm like, after everything, I just wasn't ready for that. And it's just shit like that where it's just like when I see people going above and beyond when they don't need to, and especially given, the past and whatever, which I think at that time we were kind of already okay and on decent terms. Yeah, it was cool. So yeah, I forgot what the question was. I'm sorry, I got lost.
No, I think he answered it.
Yeah, you answered it. So don't worry about it. So there was this rumor going around for a while, and it's a funny thing. So don't worry, it's not like serious. I think it's funny. But there was this rumor going around that you wanted Jaden, whatever you want to call them, that you wanted them to steal a Happy Punch T-shirt from Team Studio. Is that true?
I don't think so, but I know that when there was a video that Brendan Buckingham did, and it was the I think the London fights, and he was interviewing Keemstar, and Keemstar had this windbreaker, and it reminded me of like I'm from a wrestling family, and it reminded me of like the 90s like windbreakers, and I had tagged him. I'm like, oh, that's cool, like I want one. And like Keem has kind of like been like, oh, I got you in the video or something, but then never got me or whatever, which was, then I'd be like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
When you say wrestling family, you mean like wrestling fans, or they actually wrestle?
Amateur
no, like actual wrestlers.
Like
oh, cool.
Yeah, like they went to high school. They did it. My whole family, even me, I wrestled for a bit. And
is there videos of that? Of you wrestling?
Me? No, yeah. I was very young. I played softball pretty much my whole life up until my senior year.
What position?
Yeah, all of them.
All of them?
All of them. I was good at everything. No, I mean, even there's in my 8th grade, we had our championships, and I couldn't, because I have really bad ankles. I had to sit, I'd walk on crutches all day, so if my ankle was okay for the game, because I played catcher and pitcher.
Yeah.
And yeah, we won. And my last catch, I did, I was on first, and somebody threw from third base, and I caught it, but I caught it doing the splits with my right hand all the way out, down. And my coach looked at me and was like, are you good? And I'm like, I'm good. And then I just like took a minute to like stand up. But that was my last catch. I love softball. I love sports. I'm a huge hockey fan. My name's actually in the Honda Center for the Ducks, if anybody finds it, which nobody will because you don't know what my name is. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with sports.
Nice.
I got 2 last ones, and then I'm good. Are you cool with parking Tigers or CJ Brown and all them?
No.
Or I don't know anything, so I'm gonna plead ignorance.
No, they hurt my Joey Westside. You don't hurt my Joey Westside. I destroy your life, but I won't because it's just not worth it. Okay. Why waste it on a Canadian?
Yeah. My last and
see, that was funny, Core.
I listen. I know
the autism. I'm sure it's rubbed off on you after 700.
Yeah, I'm content brain right now. The last thing. So previously, people have accused you of flagging other people's streams down. Yeah, would you ever be willing to show your flag history to prove that? I mean,
sure. I don't think I have. I don't even know how the fuck I would do that. How do you do that? Like, I don't know. And if I did, it was like I don't think so. Again, I have shit memory, but I don't know why I would have.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Max, you got anything?
I mean, Abby, we're cool, right?
No, not at all.
Oh. Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm cool. I'm cool with everybody for the most part, except the people who know that I'm not cool with them. I don't really care. But
well, it's just because like I know at some point I don't, because like I don't remember what stream we were on, but you had kind of alluded like, oh, we're always at odds or something like that, and I don't feel that way. Like, I mean, like, just so you know, like I'm kind of like this with everybody. It's like a good when good is good and bad when I think bad is bad. But it's just my opinion. Like I don't.
He hates everybody equally.
We had a pretty good heart to heart at some point, and I feel like it would just be a shame to kind of, I don't know.
No, we did, and then it was yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't have any hard feelings. I mean, you're doing your thing. I don't really, whatever. I mean,
as long as we're cool. I just want to make sure that we were cool.
Why is Toxic not here? I'm kind of offended.
Toxic's still doing his thing. He's gotten some, personal issues that he's dealing with. So.
Oh, excuses. No, I'm just kidding.
Anybody else? Bitch, you got anything?
Yeah. Who's your favorite member of Now Recording?
I have to have one.
Yes.
Say Matt Pitt.
Come on, easy choice, Abby.
I have to pick one.
Yes.
See, I feel like me and Matt have so much history, but then like Mitch has always been such a kind soul, and he
That's
also
the correct
gave me
answer. I'll take it.
He also gave me a nickname. He also gave me a nickname, Agent Puddles, and nobody's given me such a cool nickname.
I didn't give you that. You gave
you
yourself
did. No, you
that.
did. You did.
Did I?
Yeah, you
my
did.
memory shit.
It's a way better nickname than the nicknames you were given by other people. So
Me?
Yeah. Well, I'm
wait.
talking about the derogatory ones. I don't want to say.
All you want. Listen, okay. Look, I literally yelled at my mother because I told her, I was like, "How dare you? With my whole life, you fucking have insulted my weight, and you go spend $10,000 in Mexico. You can go royally go fuck yourself just for a weight loss surgery. I'm fucking done." And I grabbed my shit and I walked all the way up the hill. Your words don't hurt me.
Yeah, I got you.
Wait, I got one more. I got one more. Do your spidey senses still tingle when you see Matt Pitt?
When she what?
I was telling Mitch about it, but I didn't get that far into the lore.
Yeah, that.
Her spidey tingle when she what?
She said she tweeted out.
No. Oh, okay, go.
Matt's laugh makes my spidey senses tingle, and then
I think it was your voice.
Yeah, or maybe my voice. I don't know. Then she quote tweeted that and said, "I mean wet."
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I didn't quote tweet that.
Yes,
Oh, did I do it? Did I do that?
I swear to Abby, I would not lie. I swear to God.
Hilarious. Dude, I'm so fucking funny. I swear to God. Man. And you sounded like you were in a freaking airplane back then, too. I was listening to some old streams with about me and Mari were trying to find the one where the guy called back and Dad told us that he got fired from his job.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't find that clip. And we were trying to find it, and you just like sound like you're like attention. I'm like, oh man, I missed that mic. That shit was fun.
Yeah. It's been almost a year since I've had this new mic, so it's been a while.
I can't believe it. I don't want to talk about it. I can't believe it's almost been a year.
Yeah,
like it's been a crazy 27. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I don't know how the heck I've done it because I started talking to you guys right when I had my birthday because I got COVID my week of my birthday, which happens to also be the week of VidCon, which tore my heart apart.
Right.
Because it's out here. So
yeah. Well, I think that's all of our questions. Did you want to say anything to leave us off with, Abby, before I let you go?
Oh, that's a big order. I mean, let me think. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I mean, I think everything happens for a reason. I live by that. Karma is a bitch. Be careful. And I think there's a lot of good things ahead. And if you just look into the bright side instead of, constantly having to drag people down, even though it does make for fun content occasionally, there's a lot of good things out there. And if you guys have anybody ever has questions, I'm very well versed in just about any walk of life. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, I'm glad me and Matt are friends again. So that's cool.
And if you ever find yourself in a weird situation or something's going down, we will gladly have you on to help, not as like a blood sport or like content. I mean, just to explain your side of the story.
I hate yelling.
You hate what?
I hate yelling. I'm awful at yelling.
You did a great job with AC. Shit.
I never yelled at him.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I remained when I talk to people, I'm like, okay, are you done? Like, are you good? Like, I think the last person I yelled at, and it wasn't really yelling, was that Salvo when he started calling Van a bitch. And I snapped the fuck out at him because you don't disrespect my people. Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't like yelling either. It felt really weird when I was like yelling at Ghosty. So yeah, I feel you on that. But Abby, thank you so much for coming on. Again, you're always invited. I hope everything works out for you. I hope you find, I hope you get on a new podcast or whatever you want to do, and hope we see you soon.
Oh, and one thing, thank you for your speech at the Spurgy Awards because it really was really sweet and it meant a lot.
Yeah, no problem. You deserve the speech.
Woo!
All right.
I know I should get the award now that Savo's out of whatever or not. I don't know.
Did I get my default? An award last year?
What's up, Mitch?
Did Abby win an award last year?
She was nominated.
Yeah, but didn't. Oh, but
no, I lost it to Salvo because he was like I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, Abby, thank you so much for coming on, and we greatly appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right.
She's definitely going on the Spurgies this year.
Yeah.
Well, so is Salvo. Bro, I've been keeping up. Okay.
Most interesting cocktail.
Yeah. I'll have some urine on the rocks, please, sir.
Oh God. You're in trouble, that's for sure.
Yeah, the rocks are fucking kidney stones.
Hey, you guys want to talk about the Edwin Salvo Babs car ride?
No.
Okay.
No.
Not right now. No.
No.
All right. Sorry.
You
Is that
All
just
right,
the way
guys.
you're going to end everything?
Yes.
From now on?
Yes. Until Edwin's video comes out, that's how I'm going to end everything. Thank you so much for listening to Now Recording. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Someone else talk because I'm trying to find the members.
Memberships. We need memberships. Please
Yeah.
do the memberships. We're now monetized. We have that whole thing. It's great. Watch all of our videos at half speed so that we can get that sweet monetization.
Well, I think 15% of our subscribers are members, thanks to
Oh yeah.
shit, I can't remember the name.
Gaming Witch.
Gaming
Yeah.
Witch. Yeah, thank you for that.
Thanks, Gaming Witch. Again, shout out to Gaming Witch.
Also, shout out to our Bad with Money, who are Brian and Stefan Corbino, who pay $14.99 a month. $14.99 a month is the Bad with Money membership tier, and it will get you just this, us shouting you out at the end of the show. That's all it's going to get you because you're bad with money and you make poor life choices, but you deserve for us to say your name at the end of the show. So thank you so much.
I mean, it's an ironic
I'll
thing.
give him access to my OnlyFans if they want. If you want to throw that in.
No.
It's just a butt.
Can I get a link?
I'll send you the picture. I don't care.
Okay.
That's not the same. It's not as...
It's a joke. We're not putting my OnlyFans on there because we can't
I forgot to
verify if
ask
you're a
that.
minor.
Forgot to ask Abby if she saw the
Not a
ghost.
minor. Sorry, not a minor. Fuck you, Matt. You fucked me up.
What, Mitch? What'd you do? What'd you say?
I meant to say we can't verify if you're not a minor, but I accidentally said we can't verify if you're a minor.
So you pulled a me?
I pulled a you.
Oh.
Did you hear that clip, by the way? After I said the N-word on Now Recording, I went on Mitch's stream, and this dude wanted to fucking watch Pornhub because there was a Mr. Girl video on Pornhub. And I was like, is anyone here minor?
Is everyone here a minor? Are you good?
Is everyone here a minor? Not a minor.
I gotta say though, capping since we were just talking about Ghosty, I still have that clip that all those things that Ghosty had. So every single soundbite that he had, he gave me right before he left.
Yeah.
And one of the ones that I have from you, I'll give it to the editor, whoever it is, and they can play it right now.
Show me the minor.
Daddy Matt.
Okay, fair enough. But I wouldn't download anything you sent me. I'm just saying. I never have. I forgot to fucking ask Abby if she's seen the ghosty dick. That's one question I wanted to ask her.
I'll ask her right now. I'll just message her. Have you seen Ghosty's dick? Is that what you said?
Well, have you seen, were you ever privy to the ghosty dick?
All right, send.
I think it's gonna be a no. That's my bet, at least.
She either responds straight away or she takes 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes.
All right. Well, we'll do this. Do you think
she said no?
No.
She
Okay,
just goes,
so there you go.
"No."
Okay, so there you go. That's
There
a
you
no
go.
from Abby. She has not seen the ghosty dick. Have you seen the ghosty dick? If so, we have a rehabilitation center for you on Now Recording. You can come and talk about your issues after seeing that dreaded penis.
1-800, nobody cares, and
Yeah,
we'll get right back to you.
It's not his dick. It's one of his scam baiters or whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever he
probably.
scams people.
But I feel like I think we should make a stand, guys. I think this is the last time we talk about Ghosty, unless he kills somebody.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
even is
yeah,
that?
I
I
mean-
don't even know who. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, my brain, something's happening. Oh, wait, who have we been talking about all this time? I don't even remember. What, Ghoulie was his name? What was his name? I can't remember.
Some
Gost?
purple-haired Mexican with a tiny dick.
Yeah, Grimace. He had
I
a
thought
picture.
he was black.
He's a black dude with a massive.
No,
ego.
he's a Mexican, I'm pretty sure.
I know,
Puerto
Mitch.
I
Rican.
thought he was like
maybe?
Puerto Rican
Oh.
or something.
No, he's Mexican.
Dominican.
No, he's Mexican. He's Arabian.
I was about to go, Matt, you fucking idiot. He doesn't look black.
It's like the Scrubs.
No, he
the
says
Scrubs,
he's black.
The Scrubs song. It's Blaxican, but it's not Blaxican. It's what is it? Puerto Rican. Never mind. Whatever. It's a whole thing. If people who have seen Scrubs know I'm not a racist.
I know you're not a racist.
All right. All right, thank you so much for listening, guys, and all that good stuff. And it sucks that Beavers wasn't here, but he will be back soon. He's not even gone. I don't know why I'm talking like he's gone or anything. He just didn't show up tonight. Probably sleeping. South African time zones.
Leave a comment down below on who you think will say the N-word next of the now recording gang.
It will
To
be
have-
Toxic Flip when his return.
Mitch. No, Mitch.
What? No.
You're gonna say it next. I'm gonna make you.
You know, Toxic fucking. I think I've told the story. Toxic. I was doing one of the endings for a very early now recording episode, and I was killing it, bro. I was on a roll, and he just says the N-word, and I'm like, why'd you do that? I was so mad, bro, because I had to I literally had to start over. Dude, that's the maddest I've ever been at Toxic.
Necrophilia.
And not only did he went the full N-word, and it was a very aggressive N-word. It was like you couldn't even use that in a episode. It just sounded like bad. But yeah,
You couldn't separate the tracks?
We could. We're just lazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Listen,
Yeah.
all right.
Look, it was-
Look who he's a blind guy editing our podcast.
Yeah,
I mean,
we had a guy with one eye editing our podcast. You think he's gonna fucking separate the tracks?
No.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Eva's the better Australian asshole. Just kidding.
He's Australian?
I said Eva.
Oh.
He brought it up, not me.
It was a joke. All right.
I'm legally contracted to not say anything.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Everybody. Now recording is always recording. Can I say it this time?
Oh yeah, there you go.